Hey guys, welcome back to Living in the Mom Lane. I hope you are having a wonderful day. If you are new here, my name is Mandy, so welcome. So today's video is all about meal prepping, getting things ready for the upcoming school year. The girls will be starting school. We're really excited, but I wanted to meal prep some items that I can put in their lunches and just get things ready so that we have a good successful week and I am not running around like a chicken with my head cut off in the mornings trying to get everything together and ready to go. So I hope you enjoy this. If you are new here, like I said, my name is Mandy. I do work outside of the home 4 days a week. I do physical therapy in the home health field setting. I have 3 daughters. One has already left the nest, and then I have 2 at home, which is Isabella. She is 11 and Amelia is 5. Isabella is going into 6th grade, middle school, and then Amelia is going into kindergarten. So let's go ahead and get into this video and get started on some meal prepping. I first want to thank Nutstop.com for sponsoring today's video. Nutstop.com is a nationwide supplier of nuts, dried fruits, snacks, chocolates, and trail mixes, and they operate out of Chicago, Illinois. Nutstop's focus is providing their customers with the freshest, premium grade quality snack products. They believe in individually selecting each ingredient in order to optimize both the nutritional benefits and the taste of their products. They use only the finest produce from around the globe. They have a unique roasting and mixing technique that produces over 100 varieties of nuts and dried fruits and over 30 signature mixes. Nutstop also has a buy nuts, earn points system. For every dollar you spend on products, you can earn 1 point. Sometimes they have random promotions where you can earn 2 times or even 3 times the points of every dollar spent. If you create an account with Nutstop, you can earn 100 points. When you submit a review online, you can receive another 100 points. For every 100 points you have saved up, that equals to $1 savings on your next purchase, and you can start redeeming points immediately. So I'm just showing you some of the products that Nutstop allowed me to pick out. That was some chocolate and yogurt covered pretzels. These right here are my favorite, the milk chocolate coffee beans, although they are not very keto friendly now that I've started keto back, but I absolutely love them. And my husband loves them, and he doesn't even like coffee, so go figure. I also picked out some yogurt covered raisins, which Amelia absolutely loves those. Some yogurt covered pretzels, the girls really like those as well. And these were very interesting, the limoncello. I also picked out gummy bears, which are sugar-free, and the gummy butterflies. Those are also sugar-free, and the girls love those, and I can feel good about packing those in their lunch because they are sugar-free. The macadamia nuts are absolutely delicious. I also picked out some pecan meal. I thought I could use this in some keto desserts, such as a keto cheesecake possibly. I will have the link to Nutstop down in the description, as well as a 10% off coupon code for you guys. So what I'm doing with all these yummy goodies, I'm going to go ahead and portion them out in these little plastic to-go containers. They're like little containers for salad dressing. So I'm just portioning out some that I can just put in the girls' lunchbox this coming week. It'll be easy breezy. I will just have them in the pantry, and when I pack their lunch the evening before school, I'll just grab whichever one they want and toss it in their lunchbox, and it's already done.
As I'm staying close to the mirror, a lock of gold, a secret smile, little things I remember, place a hand upon my heart as her, she was a believer.
Here I am asking Amelia if she wanted to try the yogurt covered pretzel, and I did try one, which is not keto, but I had to try it, and it was absolutely delicious. I really enjoyed that snack. I do need to get a little larger of the containers because I could only put 3 pretzels in one little container, and I know that for Isabella especially, that's not enough.
Sometimes
I did go ahead and portioned out some of the nuts for myself so that I could bring to work with me and have those as a snack.
can feel her arms holding me as forever. Time changes everything, and everything will change in time. Love changes every heart, and any heart can change you.
So we are on the weekend before school starts, and I like to do meal prep things anyways on the weekend, but I definitely want to do some lunch type meal preps for the girls. I am waiting on my Aldi delivery, so some of this stuff I can't do quite yet, but I want to make some peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables. I want to make some protein bites. The kids really love these. They're really good for just a quick little snack in their lunch, or sometimes I treat it as like a dessert. I mean, it's really healthy. It's oats and peanut butter, and I think there's some honey in it. Sometimes I'll put little chocolate chips in it. So I want to make some of those, and I put them in the freezer, and then whenever I put their lunch together in the morning, I just grab one out of the freezer, put it in their lunch box, and by the time they have lunch, it's pretty much thawed out, but it's still cold for them to eat it. And then once I get my produce from Aldi, I will prep all of that. Isabella requested pigs in a blanket for their lunch, so I'm going to make up some of those, put them in the refrigerator, and then that morning I will get them out, heat them up, and put them in their lunch box. Bella also requested spaghetti for lunch one day this week, so I'm going to go ahead and make up a little bit of spaghetti and put that in their lunch. And then Amelia asked for just regular pasta, like a pasta salad or pasta with butter on it. They like to eat that. And then I'm going to make up some boiled eggs, so that would be a good protein, a good side in their lunch. And then I just did this. You just saw me do the portioning out of the Nutstop snacks, so I can check that off. And then I want to make some more of my taco seasoning. It's from a cookbook that I have, a keto cookbook, so I want to make up some of that. And then I'm also going to make ham and cheese sliders and put those in the freezer, and that can be for the girls' lunch during the week, not necessarily this week, but next week or whenever. So this is what I plan on meal prepping for this weekend. So I'm going to start out with making the pigs in the blanket and the ham and cheese sliders. And Isabella requested that I make the pigs in a blanket using crescent rolls instead of biscuits, which is what I normally do. And they also asked if I could leave off the cheese. So I'm just using Nathan's hot dogs. I'm cutting them in half, and then on 2 of them, I go ahead and split those in half, and those will be the ones that I send in Amelia's lunch. I just worry about hot dogs being such a choking hazard and her being little, and you know, sometimes kids are talking while they're eating, and I just don't want her to get choked at school or anything. So I'm just going to roll those up, and I have to say I actually liked making these better using the crescent rolls because of the triangular shape that they're in. They were just a lot easier to roll up. So I'm just going to put them here on my cookie sheet and just set those to the side while I start making the ham and cheese sliders. I'm going to put them both in the oven at the same time, so I'm not wasting electricity and heating up the house longer than what I have to. So for the ham and cheese sliders, I have made these several times on my channel, mostly for what's for dinner videos, but I just used the Hawaiian sweet rolls, some sliced deli ham, and then some sliced Swiss cheese. I put that on top, and then I put the top of the bread back on the sandwiches, and I'll brush some melted butter on the top and then pop that in the oven until the cheese is nice and melted. As you can see there on the cookie sheet, I do have a hot dog just laying out, not wrapped up in a crescent roll. That was going to be a snack for myself. So the Hawaiian rolls finished before the pigs in the blanket did, so I went ahead and pulled those out and put the pigs in the blanket back in the oven. So I'm just cutting these into the sandwiches, and then I'll let those cool down for a little bit, and then I'll start wrapping them up individually. Once I have them wrapped up, I then put them in a big freezer Ziploc bag and freeze them. And whenever the girls want this for their lunch, I'll pull 1 or 2 out that morning, and I'll heat it up just a little bit in the microwave and then put it in their lunch. You don't have to put them in the oven. You could just make these as regular sandwiches, and it's just a little different for the kids. And with YouTube magic, everything is all wrapped up. And now I'm just putting them in the freezer bag. And as you can see there, my pigs in the blanket are now done. So I'm letting those cool, and I'll wrap those up in some parchment paper as well, and then put those in the Ziploc freezer bag. And I do the same thing with those. I'll pull it out that morning, thaw it out just a little bit in the microwave, and sometimes I'll put them in a thermos if they want it to be still warm or hot. I'll put it in a thermos and they can take it to school that way, or sometimes I'll just put it in a regular lunch container. Now I'm moving on to making the peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables. Some of the sandwiches I only put peanut butter on it because sometimes Amelia prefers just peanut butter, but I'm using Jif peanut butter, the natural peanut butter, and some sugar-free strawberry jelly. And to make them Uncrustable, I'm using my Pampered Chef Press and Seal or Cut and Seal. I'm not sure the name of it, but it's a really neat gadget. It makes the sandwiches just like the ones that you can buy in the store, but much, much cheaper. Any tools that I use in this video, I will make sure I link down in the description for you if you want to check them out. This Cut and Seal I have had for years. I think I bought this whenever we bought our very first home, and that was back in 2006. So I've had it for quite a while. But after I make the sandwiches, I just take a little bit of saran wrap, wrap the sandwiches up in that, and then I put them into a big Ziploc freezer bag, put them in the freezer, and I pull them out the morning that I make their lunch. And by the time they have lunch, which right now is about 10:30, I believe, they will be thawed out, but still nice and cool for them to eat. If you're looking at that big pile of bread, all the crust and everything, and thinking that it's such a waste, I'm actually not going to just toss this. I put it back in the sandwich bag or the bread bag that it came in, and I put it in the deep freezer. When I have enough, I am going to make like a bread pudding for the kids, or I can make some croutons, which I've never done that before, but I can, like I said, make some bread pudding for the kids for dessert one day. So I'm not going to let all of that go to waste. And this is what the Uncrustable looks like after you have cut it and sealed it with the little Pampered Chef gadget. I love making these. It's so fun. It's a lot cheaper than purchasing them in the store, and you can kind of know what you're putting in it. Like you can use natural peanut butter, you can make your own peanut butter if you want to be a little extra, or you can even make your own jelly if you want to do it that way. So while I have the peanut butter out, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit in each of these containers, and this will be for Amelia to bring to school in her lunch whenever I pack the apple slices. that I'll be preparing here shortly. She likes to dip her apples in the peanut butter. That is a really good healthy snack and very easy to prep ahead of time and put in their lunchbox. I'm just wiping down the countertop with my Jaws cleaner. Amelia had brought over a pack of socks for me to open, so I wanted to wipe that down before I started in on the next snack. The next thing I'm making are the protein bites. These are so good and so healthy for your kids or for yourself. This is really easy to make. All that it requires is peanut butter, oats, honey, some chocolate chips if you choose to put that in, and flaxseed or chia seeds. I am actually using flaxseed. Flaxseed has a good combination of your omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, can lower your cholesterol and blood pressure. Not that my kids have high blood pressure or cholesterol, but it does help that. It can also help aid in cancer prevention. So definitely do your research on flax seeds. There are tons of health benefits of flax seeds. So the first thing I did to make the protein bites, I first heated up some peanut butter, and that's just to get it a little bit smoother so it mixes easier. And then I dump in all the rest of the ingredients, mix it all up really good. The little honey bear has some eyelashes that Amelia drew on her. She grabbed her off the counter and came back in and said, "Look, I made her a girl and she's so pretty now." So here I am using the medium cookie scoop and just scooping those out onto the sheet pan. Once I have them all on the sheet pan, I will take that and put it into my deep freeze and do like a flash freeze. Once they've hardened, then I will put them in a large Ziploc freezer bag and just store them in the freezer. And the morning of school, I just pull one out, one or two, however many the kids want, and I'll put that in their lunchbox. And by the time they're ready for it for lunch, it'll be thawed out and ready to eat. So now I'm moving on to washing up all of my produce. I usually do this in my salad spinner. I'd use cold water and a few drops of lemon essential oils, and that will help get all of your produce really good and clean. So while my Honeycrisp apples are soaking in the lemon water, I'm going to go ahead and start on the spaghetti. I am just browning up some hamburger meat and then using the Bertolli 5 cheese spaghetti sauce, and I'll cover that with a lid and let it simmer as long as I can. The longer you let it simmer, the more the flavor gets into the meat, and I feel like the meat is a little more tender whenever you let it simmer for a while. So now I am moving on to cutting up my apples, and I did let them soak in a little bit of vinegar water, and then I put them in the Ziploc freezer bag, and I will store those in the refrigerator. And here I am putting all those yummy protein bites into the freezer bag and going to store those in the freezer. -1 because I had a little protein bite thief there. Amelia wanted one. Checking in on my list, I did the Uncrustables, I did the protein bites, I have done the produce, I made the pigs in the blanket. I am making the spaghetti sauce right now, and I'll make the pasta in a little bit. I need to do the boiled eggs still. I did portioning out the Nutstop snacks, and I made the ham and cheese sliders. So I just have taco seasoning, boiled eggs, and pasta to do. So I am doing very well. So I've shown how I do my boiled eggs before. I like to do them in the Instant Pot. I put it on 7 minutes. Manual, and I do a quick release, and you have perfect eggs, and then I soak them in an ice bath, and that really helps the eggshell peel off super easy. So now I saw that I had these cucumbers in the refrigerator. These are from Trader Joe's, and I had already washed them, but I didn't cut them up. So I went ahead and sliced them, and now I am just putting some ranch dressing in those little dressing cups. This will be for Amelia for her lunch. She loves ranch dressing, and this will be very easy for her to open and put the lid back on. And somehow I had 1 extra cup and didn't realize that, so I had to take that dressing and put it back in the bottle. I'm not sure how I ended up with 1 less lid. So anyways, I just had to go ahead and put that dressing back in the bottle. Here is what the spaghetti looked like. This was actually dinner for this night as well as for their lunches. Isabella was actually at her grandma's house, so Jason and Amelia had the spaghetti. So now my eggs are completely done in the Instant Pot, and I'm just putting them in that ice water bath like I said earlier. It makes it a lot easier for the kids to peel it themselves. So now I'm moving on to making my taco seasoning, and I believe I have a link for that, so I will put that down in the description as well so that you can make this on your own. It is really good, very low carb because you don't have all the added sugars as the taco seasoning packages that you can find in the store. So I love to make my own taco seasoning. So let's come back to the list. I made the pasta, and I boiled the eggs, and I made the taco seasoning. You guys, I was able to do everything on my list today. Yay! So let me just show you everything. Just as a little recap, I've got all of the Nutstop little snacks all divided out for the girls, ready for this week. I did some sesame seeds as well. Both of the girls like those. I did some ranch dressing, as you saw earlier, and I ended up having 1 less lid, and I'm not sure how that happened. But I have her ranch dressing for the week for her cucumbers. I also have the peanut butter for them to dip their apples in. And then I have my snacks, macadamia nuts, the spicy peanuts, and the pine nuts. And then I was able to do the ham and cheese sliders, the peanut butter uncrustables, the protein bites, pigs in a blanket, grapes, strawberries, my eggs, my taco sauce, my spaghetti, cucumbers and tomatoes, and my apples. So not too bad, not too bad. Okay guys, that is a wrap on this weekend's meal prep, snack prep, lunch prep, whatever you want to call it. I hope it gave you some ideas of snacks or lunches that you can make for your kids. Whether you're sending them back to school or you're doing e-school, it's good to prep and have that ready for the upcoming week because it's just a lot less stress during the week. When I wake up in the morning, I kind of already have a plan of what they're gonna have for lunch. All I gotta do is just basically toss it into the lunch box. Depending on what it is, I could go ahead and put the lunch box together, put it in the fridge, and then all we have to do is take it out of the fridge and go to school. I feel like I got a lot done today as far as food prep, and it really feels good whenever I have a productive day like that and I get to check everything off my list. So try it if you've never done meal prep or food prep, whatever you want to call it, on the weekend or whatever day. It doesn't have to be Saturday, Sunday. Some people work different hours, different shifts, and their weekend may be in the middle of the week. So try it and see how you like it. I'm telling you, it will change your life. You will feel so much better. You will feel like you kind of have your stuff together. Although I don't have my stuff together. I don't think anybody really does. Some people may be a little better organized or better prepared for things, but nobody has all their stuff together. Don't forget to check out nutstop.com. I will have that link. I will have a coupon code and everything for you guys down in the description. And I want to thank them again for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.